Hey there, Francois here. This is Jolas Junction. Today I want to talk about how I got my website up and running again. So join me. Okay, so this is as good as it's gonna get, I guess. So yeah, in talking about my website, I need to go back all the way back to where it actually began, and it began with WordPress. Just I got a site I wanted to blog. I got a site. I had to think about what I wanted to call the site. It was called Jolas Junction. In the beginning, I spelled the junction as JUNKSUSHUN. So it's spelled differently to what it is now. But anyway, it started with Jolas Junction, and the first template that I got wasn't as nice looking as the one I ended up with, the last one at WordPress.com, but it was a start. And then from there, because I wanted to build my own websites, I didn't want just to do everything on WordPress.com. So what I went to GoDaddy, and I also wanted my own domain name, and that was a big thing for me because that's what I first found is like getting your own domain name. Unbeknownst to me that I could do that all on WordPress.com at the time, but by just paying like for a higher plan, I ventured into GoDaddy, got a nice domain name, jolasjunction.co.za. I then spelled the junction G-U-N-C G-U-N-C-T-I-O-N. Yeah, and then, well, GoDaddy is all expired now, because I've changed hosting companies, but obviously all of this was filled in my domain name, my web hosting, my SSL certificate, which I think is still valid because I bought that later on. This is just a security, which just gives you like the little lock key and secures your website, and if you want to do any transactions or logins on that, it just makes it safer to do so. Yeah, it's probably not required for my site because I don't log in or I don't ask anybody to buy things, but I just think it's a nicer look. Okay, and then once I got that up and running, I actually used the website builder on GoDaddy, just to get started. Wanted to use code, still didn't understand all the intricacies. Okay, let's not try that word. All the details behind that. So what I did was I got probably shouldn't scratch that. I got the website builder up, and that was the rise of my first site. Unfortunately, I can't show that now, but there's probably a picture somewhere. I don't know. So from there on out, I decided, look, I'm not going to use this website builder anymore. I'm going to start building my own site because I was learning a Udemy course, and it was like a web development bootcamp thing. And so I decided, okay, I'm gonna try to do my own website. The only problem with that was that the website then wasn't responsive. What responsive means, it's just optimized for devices of all sizes. I'm actually just reading that now. It's mobile compatible, right? So what I did was I went to W3 schools. I learned about them in my course, and they're just this fantastic website where you can kind of learn of all things web development, and they've got these amazing templates as well, which are responsive. You can look at the demos. I ended up taking the blog template because that's what I was doing at the time, and I just liked it. I also optimized it, I think, with a little bit of, I liked the menu, and I don't think this. I'm just gonna open the demo quickly. I don't think this had a very good like menu option. So what I did was I used something called People Portfolio down here, and this had a nice menu kind of a thing, which I used, and it had like the hamburger menu for smaller devices. You can see here the iPhone and the iPad, and with desktop it also had this nice thing over there. So I kind of combined the two, the People Portfolio and the blog template, to make what was my first website, right? So it kind of looks something similar to that, my first blog website. Just another mention was about the GoDaddy website builder. When I did all of that, then whenever I updated my blog on WordPress, it would update on the GoDaddy thing. So there was some kind of integration happening there. However, when I was doing it on my own though with my blog template, there was no more integration. So that was unfortunate. Okay, so after that blog template, I decided I wanted something that looked a little bit nicer, and I actually went to HTML5 up, and this is the site over here. Let's just ignore that the memory is almost full. All of these tabs open. Maybe I should close some tabs at least. I'll close some of these tabs, and so I used HTML5 up, and the place where I got that actually was, I want to screen record my iPad screen quickly, because the place where I got that idea was an app called Code Pro. I'm just opening the demo of this that came with Code Pro. Obviously it didn't say Chola's Junction, it might have said something like Spectral, but this is basically Spectral. It's different to the demo that I got, or the live demo that you can get on the HTML5 website, and all of these were free to download. So if you see there, it's called Spectral, and it's got this little thing over there, this picture from Unsplash, and yeah, so it's exactly the same site like the site that I have on the iPad, except it's just got a different picture. It's the same design. So I chose that and I used it for my site, and you'll see, I just go to my site at the top part here. If I start it up like that, you'll see for a long time that was my site. The little thing pops up there, about me. You can go to the About Me section, and then you can see all the latest posts, and you can see we're kind of out of date here. It's not the latest post. Popular post, it's not rendering properly. Also all of these little icons, it's not rendering properly, but that's okay. Contact information. Okay, so that's basically how my site looked for a long time after that. Only problem with that was that I actually every time had to go into the code and actually just change it manually, which is kind of not great, right? So, but I did that for a while. Just want to go back to my notes, and then so I used Spectral for a while, and it was fantastic. It looked great and everything like that. Also, I've got here that I've used Unsplash as well. Right, so so Unsplash, the picture that you see there is by Kai Oberhauser, and that's the picture that was on my website for a very long time, or still is part of my my YouTube page and stuff like that. I just love that picture because of the colors. Okay, so before I went over, I updated my WordPress site. This is using the Dia 2 theme. This site is now down, or private at least. I've moved everything to my new site, but this was the design that I had. Unfortunately, I couldn't use this template in the new site, but that's an unfortunate thing, but it's fine for now. So at the end of my year subscription ended on the 25th of October. I decided to go to WordPress.org, which will then allow me to do more coding on my own, because WordPress.com you need to pay premium plans and stuff like that, and still they limit you. They'll give you some CSS use, which is cascading style sheets, cascading style sheets, but they won't allow you to use HTML and stuff like that, and JavaScript, I think. So it's very limited use. So you can style the web page, but you can't really change the actions and things like that of it. And which is something that I want to do, and something that I want to learn is like how to make your website do certain things that you want it to do, exactly structure it exactly the way you want it to do, right? So that's why I went to Bluehost, and at the moment my site is up on Bluehost. I can just actually show it up here. Let me just have that run quickly. You can actually start it from here. So this is the back end, log into WordPress. The front end, what people see is loading. At the moment now, what I have is I have this template called Tempo, And the template is that's the free version of it. You can obviously get the premium version, but that's $55, which is about 800 rand. It's quite costly, so I decided not to go with that. Right. I had the 2020 template, which is one of WordPress.org's or WordPress.com and WordPress.org's standard templates. The only problem with that was that when I put in my background picture over here, it was too big. Right. The unfortunate part of this now is that this part I wish I could have made it a bit bigger, but because I'm using a template, I don't know exactly, because you can see these headings over here is bigger than the actual thing. But at least all my blog posts, every blog post that I put into WordPress now is at least there. I've got 50, which is fantastic milestone for me.
Yay!
And it's all there now, although we're still using a template. So as we go ahead, what I want to do further is I'm doing this course on Udemy. It's actually just playing there, and it's called WordPress for Developers. And I'm learning how to code using all of that, right? And what's going to happen is I'll actually code the site in an editor like this, and then I can test it on local by Flywheel, which is just loading quickly. I should have probably had that loaded in the background. And what that allows us to do is you can actually just see a website like this. So at the moment I actually don't have the code for this website right here, but I can actually just find it again. Well, I had it open yesterday, but it's fine. I'm not going to show you that right now. I'm just going to take my word for it that it is there somewhere. But what local by Flywheel allows you to, when you go to view site, you can actually view the site, right? View changes that you've made to it, and you can also just look at the back end of it, the admin part of it. And that's, if I had to log into my Bluehost portal over here quickly, log into WordPress, then I get this similar kind of a thing. The only difference is that obviously this is live, and any changes that I make here will affect my live website immediately. Whereas this local by Flywheel dashboard is not live, still needs to be deployed, but it's good for you to just test your website out before you actually deploy. So this is any changes made here and published or activated will go live immediately on mine. But on this other dashboard over here from the local by Flywheel, it's just a local thing, and it's not actually connected to the internet. Okay, so just to end off quickly, I just want to say, so what are my aspirations for the future? I want my new website to look different. I want to have full control of it. And I also want to look at the other designs. I didn't mention Pixelarity, but I bought a year subscription to. It was about $49. Well, it was $49. And what that allows you to do is just get a plethora of website designs, and you can kind of customize that, and then you can use it for WordPress, and you can use as many as you want to for the year, and you keep any designs that you use even if you don't continue the subscription. But I think for $49 for the year, it's kind of cheap, eh? So there's obviously some rules that you can't kind of like resell it or anything like that, resell the designs, but you can use the designs on websites that you are building for other people and actually getting money from. You just can't resell the designs. So that's good. I'm looking forward to learning more, and just just finding more things that I can do, and exploring my creativity by building the site and learning more PHP. That's another thing that I didn't say. So WordPress uses PHP, and that's been the thing that's held me back. It's, although I know some HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, I had to learn PHP to get better at this. Okay, so I'm gonna switch off now. That's it, done.